Well, that didn't go to plan. So after abandoning our run north in the boat because of our fueling issue, we decided to have a quick break in the car to get up to Scotland. So I think we've beaten all our records for setting off early. We were nearly 24 hours early, but we managed to get a bed and breakfast for tonight. Not in Berwick, we're going up to Tweeddale, which is just south of Edinburgh.
I'm the guilty partner this time.
And there's the entrance into the River Tweed from the North Sea. And in the far distance, you won't see it on the camera, is Linda's farm. And so our break away from Grace and life afloat. We're in the mountains. Beautiful day here. Absolutely gorgeous. We're in Scotland, not far from Fort William, in a lovely little log cabin. So peaceful. So we're going to enjoy our few days away from Grace. Would have been far better to have been at Loch Ness with her. Today we're having a run up to Loch Ness, up to Castle Urquhart. We're in the grounds of Urquhart Castle on the banks of Loch Ness. Looking further east, we've got a boundary layer there. Beautiful blue sky here, but a little bit cloudy further east, and you can see it in the water. This is a trebuchet, one of the siege engines used by King Edward when he took siege of Urquhart Castle. No signs of Nessie yet. Oh, one of the chambers at Fort Augustus on the Calidonian Canal. So we joined all the other gongoozlers at Fort Augustus, watching the boats coming into the first chamber. Now if you watch closely with this yacht coming in, he's coming up to the stern of another one, and the skipper suddenly, just there, puts full forward on, and then realises his mistake and slams it straight into reverse, but stalls his engine. Moment of panic before he managed to get his engine restarted and stop, and then a bit of confusion because they weren't fended up correctly, and a bit of annoyance, I think, from the lockkeeper. And then coming in at the end are the hire boats. That will be our last visit to a set of locks on the Calidonian Canal. You won't believe it's nearly 20 degrees. Janet's dressed for winter. So that's our boat for this morning. We go on a sea safari. The first part of the trip was a dash up into Loch Linnhie, where we would be racing the Hogwarts Express. From there, back to Corpac, to the start of the Calidonian Canal.
So, just a little history of the canal. I started building this in the year 1803. The reason was we were at war with France at the time, the Napoleonic Wars, and the Royal Navy wanted a safe passage from east to west and vice versa, Atlantic to North Sea, and so they started building this. Unfortunately, like all British engineering projects, it seems way over budget and way over time, so it wasn't actually completed until the 1820s, by which time Napoleon was long gone after Waterloo, and the warships we were building wouldn't actually fit through that gap anymore. So yeah, it wasn't our finest hour of foresight planning. However,
And then it was a run down to Seal Island to spend a bit of time watching the seals.
yeah, which is kind of silly because porpoise never come out of the water. But we've got one here called Agnes, and it's just going to quite. Can you see that one moving there? That's how it's come round, but the camouflage on its side, it's like a rock, kind of shuffling a rock. But yeah, so Agnes, if she's in the water and she's in the mood, she'll put on she'll do 7 or 8 of these in a row. Yeah. But yeah, it's quite something to see.
Yeah.
And they're playing. There's no other explanation, you know.
Well, these were chasing each other, weren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
And one, it was almost as if they were doing tag. It
Yeah.
come up and touch its tail,
I've
and then
seen
it'd
it, yeah.
disappear underneath,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
other one would go, ooh,
It's great to see,
start
isn't
chasing.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was time for a little bit of playtime. We had a fantastic run round and Ian let me take over. All too soon it was time to head back and hand the boat back. And so it was back to Banavai locks this time on the Caledonian Canal to do a bit more gongoozeling. What's gongoozeling?
Dave, being Dave, he's got the bow rope. Way up there. Whoa, she's going to end up being pulled in if she's not.
A gongoozeler is somebody that watches the boats go through the locks on the Caledonian Canal. But this time I got involved and just helped an American couple through. There was only 2 of them and you're supposed to pull the boats through. Now, unfortunately, these guys had upset the lock keepers somewhat, and we're getting no help from them. I volunteered. I wish I hadn't. I spent 90 minutes helping them, and to be honest, a tip for visitors to our country: please be courteous and kind. Do not pee off any officials or people that want to help you. Do it out of their kindness. And she wasn't too bad, but I'm sorry, but to my American friends, he wasn't a very good ambassador for your country, I'm afraid. But I did spend 90 minutes with them, helping them through.
Well, Janet went off and got a drink.